Alright, welcome back y'all. I know I didn't start streaming very early on, but that's because I had small exams in the morning. But ignoring that, conlanging, yippee. So, last time, we kinda did all the stuff. I think we started working on modern East a bit. I did reformat it a bit and also did a lot, and I mean a lot. So, for example, look at numbers. You can see that there is this very weird distinction. In cardinals, there is the... Oh, I forgot to merge these, by the way. 1 second, I'll continue speaking. So, in cardinals, you can see that there's a distinction of animate and inanimate masculine, feminine, neuter. But then, you got in ordinals, there's animate, inanimate masculine, and inanimate non-masculine, so that means feminine plus neuter, which actually I could just type it out as F plus N. So, and you can see that a lot of forms actually merged, whereas in Old East, you look at Old East, you can see that there's still 5 rows in both, but a lot of them actually changed. You can also see some interesting things such as mur, murt, and murot, going to mo, mos, muros. There were a lot of interesting things, yeah. I also found out that the syllable structure is should be something along the lines of CCVVCC, where the V, the vowel, may also be R, N, M, and N, depending on the following consonant, the nasals. The R is just there. Now what I mean is that you can look at a word, something such as, for example, for N you get merasnte, for example. Or for R, there should also be airte, for example. You can also see that we have D and G. Quick side note, that these are allophones of T and K, because D and G only appear preceding a long U vowel. You can see you got du, dukos, dukos, for example, or in conjugation, which I'm gonna get into in 1 second, because I also did conjugation. But you got also after g, so you got misgu, kirgu, or kirdu, oddu, all those funny things. Also, you can see that a lot of third-person forms kinda merged. There were also ones that cross-merged, but I can't really link those together because there's one in the way. So, either way, and verb conjugation, I'm gonna leave that for so let's start with simple conjugation, right? To dual and to plural. To dual, do, very simple. That is because it's one of the latest additions to the language, so you can see that numeral 2 suffixes, and after that is the conjugations and stuff reanalyzed. There's also this note that verbs that are intransitive or specifically marked marked nouns don't get reanalyzed, they continue to be irregular. So there's this specific marking, green, which is marked either for intransitive verbs or just random verbs that are pretty regularly used. Those continue to be irregular in all forms. And then you can see that there are some words which just have one kind of conjugation, like you got utos, which is to see. It is completely regular. Non-perfective base form is utos. Perfective is use. You get also very regular forms, where, for example, word final s sometimes goes to t, because t went to s in one of the sound changes. Also, word final o just generally goes to word final long u, in regular verbs at least, so that is just a rule. And in every kind of conjugation, you can see also nouns. Some nouns are marked as irregular. So, and the plural te, which evolved in a pro language, was wemtech, went to memtech, and then finally memtech, which I haven't transcribed yet, but it's something like mite or something along the lines of that. As a suffix, it turns into te, which is very nice because it's very regular. So there's not any doubt. Now, for the interesting part, noun cases. You can see there's already a bunch of like slashes and parentheses. So let's talk about that. So obviously nominative, base form. Accusative takes this C form, and all these things in parentheses, they apply if the word ends in a vowel. And also one means it's if it ends in a vowel. So you can see that ek has a second form e, which I don't know how that came out, but don't ask me to be honest. So you got, of course, accusative C. Genitive has also still retained some distinction. Nt, ntet, nt, or ntet. Very simple. Causal final was probably the even more. It's even more detailed. So t or do, s or to, and then there's this t or do. Then you got instrumental being t or t to or cat or t to again. Commutative is just k. Locative is ri. Inactive is k or gu in every single case. Superlative is osk, os, osk, os, and ost. Then terminative is do, to, and animate and the vocative, which only applies to animate nouns, it's e gu or o gu, and then for animate feminine, it's ek or e and o ko. So it's very interesting how they turned out. What I did basically to get this is I went back to Old East, because here these were regular completely, and basically tested like what happens if there is a CV or a VC pair in front of it, which is probably the most general way you can test these, because words cannot end in double consonants, so it cannot end in a geminate. We already know that because one of the sound changes changed that, so that one of the sound changes is literally that word final geminate shortened. And double vowel is just basically the same as a single vowel, so it's not any different. That's nice. Pronouns, a shit ton of them. I'm not counting how many unique ones there are, even though I could. But you can see some forms are very similar. Something, look at like genitive singular is very similar to causal final singular and instrumental singular. Commutative kind of matches nominative. There isn't any other, I think, that is too similar, but anyway. Very interesting, I'd say. You can also see these weird pairs. This just means that one where the conjugation starts with a consonant and the other with a vowel. Now, there's an interesting part, because some are like normal, you know, like utos having just one form, use, but if you look at it, for example, here we have kes, which starts as kete in conjugation, or ketes, which is normal. Then we got oku, which starts as oko and oko, respectively, and there is stekat, which is to drink. It is regular, but it is very weird because you got stekam, which is stekam is the stem you use on the non-perfective, so ongoing and habitual aspects. So that is stekam in conjugation, and then you get the perfective, which is finished, which is very interesting. So you can see that if it starts with a consonant, stekam still retains its form, but this M is marked in, say, it's capital and also bolded. That means that it assimilates to the consonant. Nasal assimilation happens depending on the consonant that starts the conjugation. So if this is a t, then that M goes to an N, and if it's a k or a g maybe, then it goes to an N or actually an ng, but it's still written as N. And then for vowel, it's just stekm, so the vowel disappeared. Well, that's decent. And then there's some of obviously the green verbs, which are irregular. To get the conjugation, you literally have to go back to Old East, get their conjugation there, bring that to the sound changes, and you get the conjugation. Fairly straightforward, I'd say. Yeah, so that's about verbs. Nouns are interesting as well. Obviously, got the irregular ones which don't abide by the normal conjugation rules. Then you got the regular ones, tuko, emavt, iva, then atte. So these are half regular like verbs because they're regular, they take the normal conjugation, but it's just that when conjugating them, the form you use depends on the suffixes starting phoneme. If it's a consonant, atte turns into atte, and if it's a vowel, then it's ak. Uro turns into uro or urk. There's a bunch of them. Then you get meu, for example, which just stays. And there are some interesting ones like makot, which means friend. It can be either meko or met, which again, funny. Kodu, going to koto or kom. So there are very interesting ones. Now, to progress actually, I just realized I forgot to open Lexergy. So, you know what? Screw it. Who cares what's in my search bar, right? I mean, really, it doesn't matter. So anyway, here's Lexergy. I'm gonna load that up. Universal template. So Modern East, I need the sound changes because we're gonna be transcribing words into the modern language. So these haven't been changed since the old East one, I think. Yeah, they're still the same, so I'm just gonna do them right now. They don't depend on conjugation because they're extra words. They don't take conjugation. Which is very okay. Turns out fairly simple. We got yomu, mette. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Tiamas, mekos, and tost. Toast is interesting. It sounds funny. So, in negation looks called. Oh, thanks. Thank you very much. I have again. This is a joke language. If you haven't heard yet, I have ignored it for so long, and I just came back because like, why not? Let's do something with it. So now I'm here, and I made it an entire modern branch. I kind of developed Old East into Modern East. It's also good practice because I learned how to do like grammatical reforms. You can see I managed to somehow standardize noun cases, numbers, heck, verb conjugation, which I'm gonna show in a minute. I'm just gonna complete this because verb conjugation is very interesting. It's split on a bunch of ways. Now, here it is. Oh no. Oh, that doesn't. Wait, how did they do that though? Sk is gonna be what or who? What is it? Oh my fucking god! No. Okay. I have to add a bunch of rules where it's like, oh, but it cannot be one syllable. Ugh, Jesus Christ, this is hard. This is very hard. Okay. I'm gonna say that sok isn't affected because it would just literally disappear. And I'm gonna probably change the rule where it's like, because there is a rule that says short vowels disappear after fricatives. I may change that to not include single syllable words. So let's see, which one is that? There's one rule where it says vowel. It starts with vowel and then followed by here it is. So I'm gonna add, so it says if it's followed by a consonant or it's word final. I'm gonna say that unless this vowel occurs, there's the fricative obviously, so I'm gonna say that there is some consonants here. Well, since it's following, it has to be at least one, and then there's a word final, and then optionally there can be, or if I say that there's a consonant here, oh, but word finally does disappear, so unless there's that consonant, right? But like at least one, obviously, and then there's the word final. Wait, why did I split this up? Hold on. I don't know. Okay, never mind. God knows what I wrote in here. Anyway, same goes for this one. Basically, these are all the same like conditions. Only change here is that here it's not gonna do it if there is that consonant. Yeah, at least one obviously. It appears, and then there's a word final, so there's no consonants there because there can't really be any, since it's already the condition says that it's word final. And that should fix. Oh yeah, now it turns to so. That's much better. I haven't put in an English grammar and you're creating your new one. Yeah, I mean, even I am a bit stranger to English language because English is not my native language, obviously. It's my mother tongue is Hungarian. So even I struggle with English sometimes. It's just that I have been learning it for so long that I can mostly speak it fluently. Sometimes I do get stuck, but that's fine. But yeah, even I don't understand English grammar because people say that, oh, English is such an easy language. Yeah, if you understand the grammar behind it, because even though English is like, oh, it's barely conjugational or anything, even if that's true, so even if that's true, English grammar is surprisingly hard because it has like loads and loads of, I don't know, what is it called? It has a lot of idioms, yeah. So it has a lot of ways of saying one thing. It has also a lot of these aspects of having like verbs conjugated like so weirdly across all types of meanings. So English is kind of its own universe, I guess. It's very interesting though. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of these non-conjugational and non-agglutinative languages. I really like agglutinating agglutinative languages, which, you know, suffix some kind of particle onto words, because they're just so much more interesting in my opinion. So yeah. Anyway, I promised verb conjugation. So this is what verb conjugation looks like in the modern language. Has about 10 more tenses in grammar. Yeah, makes sense. So and here's the actual conjugation in the Old East. Now you can see that these are very new, these are very regular, because obviously it was because the sound changes dictate that in Old East, like the verb particles and everything fused on really late. Although, but I did check sound changes, so these are correct. No worries. Wait, why did I what times? I don't even understand. So anyway, in Modern East, these simplified a lot. To clear up the air again, stuff in parentheses mean that it applies if the word in conjugation form obviously ends in a vowel. So if we have something that in conjugation is, so for example, kete, which is a verb by the way, it wouldn't be keteki but keteokki. Although kete is irregular because it's the verb to be, but I'm gonna check some verb. Utos, for example, and I'm also gonna get tati. Utos and tati. So I got utos, utos and tati. Now how this goes is that utos, since it ends a consonant, you would say that it would be utoski. Very simple. But tati ends in a vowel, so you apply tatiokki. Very nice. And also another thing, I'm checking. Oh yeah. So for example, let's go with tati, right? And utos. So you can say this conjugation for example, habitual, second person informal. Oh, you're from Hungary. We're neighbors. Oh, you're from Ukraine. Ah, I see. Must be a hellhole right now, I'm guessing, because of the war, which, I mean, it probably sucks. So, utos. So it would gain utos theokos. So, utos theokos. But, since this one ends in a vowel, it would be utati double T eokos. However, there's a conjugation rule that says that long vowels shorten when you attach a geminate to them. So it's going to be tatiteokos, instead it is tatiteokos. So conjugation is interesting. I've been listing out some rules over here, very simple rules. There's also this notation only here. This means that so if the conjugation form begins with a vowel, you use the first one, otherwise use the second one. You can see this is very interesting because in something like utos, so in utos and tati again, because those are the only regular ones I grabbed right now. So tati would become tatimeras. Utos, well, it would also take the eros form because Old East used to have this vowel harmony thing, and because of that, there are some conjugation forms which you have to follow. So this would be utos seros, for example. Again, I'm thinking of the vowel harmony thing, like if it could be reanalyzed as the current forms. So if the word contains an a or an e, it takes the, so if it has u in it, it takes the low form. Otherwise, it takes the high form. So I'm gonna write that down. So that if the word contains u, it takes the low vowel form, otherwise high vowel form. Because a lot of, well, not a lot of, but a few conjugations have this like difference of low and high. For example, in conjugal final, you can't really see it, but low takes t and high takes do, or se and to, depending on the gender. Oh yeah, another thing, gender. God knows what gender a noun is. See, because back then here, it was already a bit of a hard job to find out the gender of the noun, and now even more sound changes kicked in, and now you can just basically take a blind guess. And in the proto language, it was very obvious, because in proto language it said that, oh, animate depends on the gender of the noun, and inanimate was, you know, masculine ends in a consonant, feminine ends in a or a, and neuter ends in e, I, o, u. So pretty standard, right? And then you bring it through the East, and there's no way to tell the gender of the noun nor the animacy. Well, the animacy yes, because it's just if whether the noun itself breathes and it has a beating heart, you know. But masculine, feminine, and neuter, you ain't finding that out. So you have to go back to the proto language to know which one to use. Though, for example, if you look at inanimates, it doesn't really matter a lot of the time. Like, for example, in causal finally it doesn't matter because all of them take t or do. And then there are some cases which only have one type of marking. You can see, like, accusative always takes c, genitive always, no, genitive doesn't, but commentative only takes k, locative only takes ri. So there's a lot of ambiguity solved. There's also, again, some kind of weird forms with ek or e. So all kinds of interesting stuff. So anyway, I did translations right now. So we got those translated, and I want to show you some examples, because obviously I've been writing them down, of course, all the way from the pro language. There's also a West dialect, but I don't really like it. It's kind of weird with its vowels and consonants, but doesn't matter. By the way, East is Old East, by the way. So East 1 is supposed to be Old East. It's just that I renamed them very recently. Now, to run, I've got to check to run, but I'm pretty sure that is irregular. Yeah, it is. Osgu, which turns into os in conjugation, and then takes regular forms. Ietto, that's also irregular, yes. Askorbukos, you made to make. That's yeah, that's irregular. Almost is irregular, I know that. Attedu and Ivadu, those are regular. Yomu, that's just and. Keet is my, or well, it depends on which form you take, because keet can be genitive singular, causal final singular, and instrumental singular. So it has a bunch of variation. Very interesting in my opinion. Now you can see that this gets reinterpreted. That's because back then every kind of marking, if the noun was in a genitive, then the genitive pronoun took any kind of marking. You can see that Makot, which meant friend, it's like Makot didn't take the ik form, so it wasn't Makotik, but instead, also this shouldn't look like this. I'm pretty sure it should. I'm pretty sure friend has a different conjugation form. So it wasn't this having ik, but instead the genitive pronoun took the marking. So it was o surki, motesk, omossi, mekos, kitang. Also, I reworked the conjugation. O surki is to want. To want, which starts conjugation as o surom, and then you add the conjugation for present, which is just ki. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So mekos, which means friend. Now that should take the commutative, which, did I not do this? What? Why is it makot? What? Did I even bring this through sound changes, or did I completely forget to do that? Says definitely was. Oh, that definitely was. That was. I think I forgot to do makot and matei maybe. Matei and also makot. Matei stays makos. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. It's like really weird. Like, why does it look like that? There we go. So then it makes much more sense why the conjugation forms look like this, right? So a conjugation for commutative is just k, which is a consonant. So you take the first one, which is meko, and that turns it into mekok. Very fine word. So now the final sentence is o surom ki motesk omossi meko kit, which is very nice. And we're gonna write even more examples, which means we have to go back to the plural language. Although, yeah, because of genders, yeah. So let's write something more complicated. Let's see. What do I even have in the vocabulary of plural language? To know. I'm thinking, hold on. We could say something like I used to search, and then some case. Hold on, I gotta write this down. So I used to search for what do you have in the modernist? For the road, I'm gonna say that. I used to search for the road. What is search? Search is transitive. Since when? Since when is it transitive? I'm pretty sure to search is not transitive and it takes a different kind of. Okay, doesn't matter. Road. We're gonna say on the river. Now there are no articles, luckily. So, and it's also, what is the word order? What is the word order of the proto language? VSO. Sure. Okay, so we need search first, which is uisuttou kaadat. Uisuttou kaadat. Sure. Then we say I, which is actually, let's not make it I, let's make it we. So we, which is gonna be, what is we? So her plus wemtech, if I see it correctly, her wemtech. Then we use the search, so we have to put it, habitual past uses kede. So uisuttou kaadat kede her wemtech. For the road, so I'm guessing it's supposed to be that the road is in accusative form. So road is umartieda. And then I'm guessing you put it in the accusative. It's inanimate masculine, so we use sem for the road. On the river, so we need the word for river, which is taikti. Nice. Taikti. And so on, we need inanimate neuter, I think. Yes, inanimate neuter. And we need a superessive. Taikti is high, so it takes osti. And we got the final sentence. Okay, I'm not gonna do vests. I'm gonna just say no. No, I'm not doing vest. Because West again completely sucks. Alright, now we have to translate this. Translate, not really. Oh, but we have to open. Oh, I have to use SCA2. Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ. Okay. I think you need to make the microphone louder. Like this. The only reason I make the microphone quieter is because a lot of the background noise, like this white noise, goes through, and I really can't do anything about it. So that's why I make the microphone pretty quiet. I could bring it up a bit more, like up until then, but then you can probably hear a bunch of background noise. Anyway, back to crack. Let's take all this. Yeah, great. It's okay. Okay, that's fine. All right then. So I'm gonna invalidate this real quick because we have to do a bunch of stuff in between. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna give it the categories, which hopefully I still have. And I don't know why I haven't put v in there, because it is needed. Okay, so apply. Oh, I don't even have the sentence put in. What am I doing? So here is the sentence, and then so what we're gonna do is apply that, and now is gonna be an intermediate step, after which we will do these. Number 7, number 7 says subject fuses onto verb or tense marker if there is one. So care fuses onto kete, and it only is the subject, so that's fine because we only have one. We only have one verb, and then we do this. And finally, what we do at the end is that case markers fuse. So taikti osti. Hold on. Wait, why? Hold on, I'm doing the wrong sentence. I should do the output. So grab this, there we go. Taikitosit. So that fuses. Umortetoxam. No. Umortetoxam. Memtech fuses, I think, because plural markers fuse. Other numbers move before the verb. We don't have numbers, and verb tenses fuse as well. So our sentence in Old East is gonna look like this. Usutokoto. Usutokotot kete kermemtek. Umortetoxem taikitosit. Okay. Got it. No worries. We can use we can close SCA now and go to Modernist. Now Modernist just straight up takes it and straight up takes the entire sentence and just pulls it through, except that at the end there's gonna be one of these grammatical thingamabobs. So input words, yeah, apply. And we get this very interesting sentence. Usgutrte omusi tattost. Which still means the same. Okay, no. I am not reading out German, no. I know that German words can get really long, but even I got my limits, okay? I also don't learn German. I'm not learning German, I'm learning Russian, by the way. That's the language I chose, only because of IT career, really. So you get Rindfleischetikettierung, or Rung, I don't know how you pronounce the R. Rungsüber, I don't know. Wachungsaufgaben. Übertragung. So, okay. There's the reason why I didn't choose German. Okay, and now we gotta look through this. So, to search in Modernist, of course. To search in Modernist is regular and starts as usgutot. So usgutot, and we apply the habitual. Where is it? Oh, I'm not high enough yet. Here. So usgutot, and we apply the plural first person habitual, which is trte. So usgutot trte, usgutot trte, and then why did my mouse go invisible? Huh? Why is it going invisible? So see. Road, I'm pretty sure road is regular. Road. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Omuto. And what we want to apply is the accusative, which starts with a consonant. So we get omuto, and we apply the gemination rule. So omutosi. Opa. And on the river is irregular, so that just kind of stays as tattost. And we finally arrive at the sentence, and I realize I forgot to copy down. Hold on. Oh wait, it's conveniently here. So we're gonna write out. Actually, you know what? No, it's just there we go. And we're gonna, what did I make this? 12. So this is 12 and italic. Boom. Bold. Gets reanalyzed, actually. It should be reanalyzed as this. So what used to be usgurte omusi tattost turns into usgutotrte omutosi tattost. That's pretty decent, I'd say. I'd say that's pretty decent. I don't know if the rest of the sentences get actually reanalyzed. Oskietto definitely didn't because it's irregular. Who? Oops. What do you mean no data? Oh no. Oh no, did my internet go out? Oh, there we go. Okay, it's back. OBS is just tweaking. So I'm gonna ask. So who is? You need some regular verb, no? Let's say some regular verb. Who is? Who is? What do we have? What if I say to build is equal to the conjugate of hand do or hand make? So you put hand and make together to produce, to build. That sounds good. Sounds good. So to build transitive, and it should be the combination of hand, which is iwiarcha, wrong a, my bad, and make, which is axor. So we get iwiarcha axor. And I'm just gonna have to get the phonetics. So A is instead lengthen. So we are haxor. Ha k. Did I seriously spit it at the k? Or what is it? Axor. What? It's supposed to be axor. Okua. Would me twesk? What was I smoking a year ago? Jesus Christ. Okay. Iviar Haxor is gonna be regular because it's a combination. It's doesn't matter. Can't even speak. So we're gonna copy this over to over here. No, I want to directly paste it. Here we go. Now we're gonna remove this, and first off, the reduplicated form is gonna be the reduplicated form is iviar haxor. Now we have to bring this pair through the sound changes of Proto to Old East, which means I do still need SCA. Also, what is this set to? Why is it set to anyone who has the link? No. Restricted. Fuck no, I'm not letting people into my documents. Alright, we're gonna delete all this, delete that, and we need, so did I just leave it? Oh, okay, doesn't matter. So we need the changes on East, boom. So we're gonna just ignore number 7, don't care really, because this is just a separate form of the verb. So these are the two forms that we care about. So here's the base and the reduplicated for the perfective, like that. We hit apply and oh oh, my bad, wrong. I need the proto, and here it is. Okay, categories. There we go. So we got EVRK XOR and EVRK XOR. That's oddly regular. I don't mind though. Like I don't mind. Now I am gonna copy it below for a very good reason. It's because what if and what if there's gonna be a capital, well not capital, but there's gonna be a C and a, well I can't put the V there, huh? Okay, so I'm just gonna put some random characters here like 1 and 2. Seems like it doesn't mind. So I'm curious what happens if, so I'm gonna invalidate these guys by doing this. Basically they don't apply. So here's what they look like, right? Let me select please. Because here in these forms, this is where they gain the subject. So we're gonna have to duplicate them like this, and there is one where it is followed by a consonant, one where is a vowel, one where is a consonant, one where is a vowel. I can just alternate this 2 and 1, 2 and 1. Hopefully it. So oh, I forgot it does that. Let's just say that at the end is always a consonant. Okay, so just ignore that. Okay, so it doesn't affect it. So your conjugation form is the same. The conjugation form. Why didn't that one change though? What? Okay, so our current verb's state is this. It's heavily regular, and that means that it's going to continue its life as regular later on. Modernist, paste it in. Oh, except that I kind of moved some of them. Doesn't matter. So now comes that these are going to be regular, obviously. And now I can finally go to the Saint Lexergy. Did I say, oh, okay, I didn't, so, huh? Why is it doing that? So I used to make this like this as a consonant and this as a vowel. These are basically placeholders, so they can be literally any consonant and vowel. Sometimes it breaks with nasal assimilation, so I can't rely on this method, but it's pretty good. So there's gonna be a base form when it's a CV and it's when a VC. And then there's gonna be the other one, again, base form CV VC. So base CV VC CV VC. And okay. Oh dear God, that changed a lot. So Ivescu is the base form. And in conjugation, it has 2 forms. Fuck. Okay, that's some pretty sad news. Hey, does it by the way do this guys change? So I'm just curious, like what is cat? It was cat and kete. I'm just curious, what happens if we get cat, kete, followed by CV and kete, followed by VC. I'm just gonna. Wait, why am I using kete? That's irregular, no? Oh wait, no, it's not. That's not the verb to be. Did I completely forget how verb conjugation works? So it is kete when it's a vowel, but it's ke, then the consonant geminated, then the vowel. So, Jesus Christ, okay. Seems like I have to do some fixing. So it's kete, but if it starts with a consonant, then it's ke consonant. So, that's nice. So that means that probably the rest of the verbs are also incorrect, so... I'm just gonna... Yoruyo. Wasn't that I collapsed these? I don't know. You know what? Actually, I don't need this because if you think about it, people are gonna tend to use the vowel forms. Because if it ends in a vowel, and then you can see that a lot of them also begin with a vowel, especially the animate ones. Especially the first and second person, those like in the singular, they always begin with a vowel, sometimes even in the plural. So I'm guessing that I can ignore that. So we're just gonna goodbye. So Ivescu is the base form. If it's followed by a CV, it would just simply attach. But if it's followed by a vowel, it would replace that vowel, which sounds good actually. It actually sounds good. So Ivescu vowel, and then the other one is the same except that there is an extra s syllable. So that would be Ivescusu, I think. Ivescusu, and it is, though because this is it still has two forms because it's perfective. It does retain both, so it's either Ivescusu or Ivescus vowel. Ivescus vowel. No, I messed up the order. Vowel. There we go. So that is to build. Now we can go back to the main job. So who is building their home without, I'm gonna say without, let's do it, which is inanimate, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be feminine because that also has some weird variations. So that would be the base sentence, and then, oh wait, I forgot the question mark, or well, actually it should kind of be here. And so let's see, so what is let's go back to the plural language and just translate word by word. Where do question particles go? Did I say that? Quantity after noun. Okay, great. So question particles just exist. Okay. And I'm guessing it goes at the beginning, right? All durations are put in the next. Okay. Don't even tell me. So that means that it's gonna be who in the first. Well, I mean, no, because if you think about it, who is the subject, so verb goes first, which is to build. So we are haxor, actively building, but in third person. That's important, third person. And I'm gonna say who is animate and masculine, for example. So who, then animate masculine, which is mers. But before that we do need the pronoun. Wait, that's mers, yeah. And then after the question particle, which is sohwe. Ow, I think there's is building, yeah. Their home, so it's gonna be their home. So we need, well, shelter technically. Home slash shelter. So shelter is yehu. Oh, that's irregular. So I have to go to work. You do the complicated things. Good luck to you. Ah, thanks, and have a nice day at work as well. So see you later. So yehu. Then you say there, which is there. Did I say what there is? Well, it's plural, so it defaults to masculine, and then I'm guessing that it's animate masculine. So it defaults to animate masculine in the plural, which is mers. So mers. Then the case marker, because, well, technically first should the wemtech is the first, then the possessive, so genitive, which is animate masculine, so genitive is witam dam. And then we also need the accusative for the animate masculine, which is sem, without it, which is inanimate feminine. So not, so we say negation, which is wakios. So no or not, and then it, which is inanimate feminine, so acheya or acheya. Well, it defaults to high, so acheya. And then, well, I'm gonna say rather using it. So without using it. God knows what it refers to here, by the way. So not it, and then to use, which instrumental, inanimate feminine. So that's que de doigt. Que de doigt, and since that is low, strictly, we turn to acheya. And so that is the first. Then in the East, Old East, we're gonna take this, put it in, and first off we need the ones before number 7. So we apply that. And so what fuses? So the verb Lingua fuses, so mers fuses. And that's all. And then we apply the rest of the sound changes. Which gives us this. And then we fuse all other stuff. So first off, first we fuse case markers, which means that we move memtech here after this, okayket, and then and then so if you use case markers, then plurals fuse. So plurals are the next one, which only has one. Okay, then other numbers, we don't have them, and verb tenses, we also don't have that, I think. And then we go modernist. Yippee! Also this broke. So we grab this whole sentence, and as is, we put it into Lexergy. And we get this. Iväskis so jek misnte maios oiket. I think oiket and misnte is normal. I think that is how it's supposed to be. So instrumental, it is, what is it? Instrumental, inanimate feminine, but singular. So instrumental, inanimate feminine, aiket or oiket matches. And misnte is there in the plural, so genitive in the plural. Yeah, but who? Misnte, there it is, animate masculine. Misnte. The only difference is that here it's technically in the accusative. So we're gonna, there we go. We say it gets reanalyzed to, so to build, we need to build in the non-perfective, which is iväsk and then the vowel. And so there's only the vowel part. The can also technically start with a consonant, in which case it's just iväsku. And then so it's third person, present singular, animate masculine. So animate masculine. Is. Well, technically the conjugation starts with e. Okay, so that's why it's not good. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna say it starts with a vowel. So it's gonna be iväskis, which is actually the same as old. Iväskis so, then jek is homoshelter, which in the plural, jekim, it should be Oh no, but it's not yek in the plural. Their shelter. No, it is yek in the accusative, my bad. So that's gonna be Yekimsem, which turns into Yessi. So Yessi. Their plural, what they're here. Let's see. Well, I used mers because it defaults to animate masculine, yeah? So it defaults to animate masculine in the plural, which is misnde. Without using it, which is not by means of it. So maios oiket. So there's very little that changed. That's interesting. So these verb forms are so interesting because of how you conjugate them. Although I'm thinking, what if these alternate conjugation form only really stays? So it only really stays if it's in the perfective. So what if the non-perfective is just the verb you take and conjugate it? Because yeah. But these are so iconic, so I can't change that. Because only this is so awkward. With copying the vowel, yeah. What if it begins with a consonant, right? Because if it begins in a consonant, then it uses oo. So, ooh, no. Okay, so what if I just switch it to ivesku? So ivesku mis, then it will be mis. Due to how that works, I think. It's mis. So the whole sentence is ivesku mis so yesi mis de maios oiket, which means who, in the animate masculine, is building their, plural, home or shelter, or rather home now, without using it, where it is inanimate and feminine. Nice. Also, these sentences are getting a bit shorter than English, actually, which is pretty satisfying to see. Even either in terms of words, but mostly in terms of length as well, except for fucking this. Also, I'm thinking of adding another rule that verbs in their base form get that should be like an infinitive or whatever it's called. Base form of the verb, nature of the conjugations, root form, the verb name. No. Infinitive, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, verbs in their base form, verbs in infinitive form get something suffixed. And what should be suffixed? What isn't in the verb conjugation table? As far as I see, none of them end in a long O. So I can maybe say that it ends in a long O. Get O suffixed, maybe. Oh, but that is technically a form, so get rv, maybe. Get rv suffixed. Do these actually... Actually, I'm thinking, hold on. Okay, that's probably fine. Okovrv, stekamvrv, userv, tatikerv, yorumorv, orstosrv. I don't know. I'm gonna postpone the infinitive. Are my keys that loud? Damn. Anyway, going back to here, The thing is with this verb conjugation is that both of them rely on each other, kinda. So if it starts with a consonant or vowel, like, that sounds stupid. Okay, proposal. How about I just simplify these forms. So I'm just gonna simplify these and also I'm gonna remove this. This is stupid. Sosu. I think that's fine. It's irregular, and then finally Ivescu and Ivescusu. So that's fine. I'll actually stekam, steka, and here is the capital bold M. So technically I should add the I should add the dash. And then here's this other one with the nouns being this weird. I think what I'm gonna do, also remove it from here. Actually, I can remove that. I'm gonna make uro be urk, actually, because that sounds cool. I may be doing this very bad, so this may not be the way I should do it, but doesn't matter. Tayu, Tayo or Tayuk. I'm gonna keep Tayo. And gu. Oh no. That will be ko. No. Totu. Movugu, actually movuko, omuto. It's gonna be well, due to how I did uro being urk, this is the logical one. Kodu, koto, Matai, and then Mekos loses that os. Okay. Okay, nice. And by that same rule, that utos should also lose it, because utos CV and utos VC. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to do it like that. It's not utos. What is it? What is it in the Old East? This is to see and to hear, right? So and utos and tati. Oh, it would be us and usa. But this is tati with the consonant geminated and tatike, which I'm pretty sure is not how they look. Yeah. What? Did my screen forget to update? What? I hit apply, right? And then I click this, and then, huh? That was weird. Holy. There you go. Now that I revisited the verbs, I should look at this. Okay, so what isn't? So, to want. Okay. To search uses uskuutot. And to build uses vesku. Okay, then the rest is fine. I should probably do something with the writing system though, because it changes in a very weird pattern. So in East, what happens? So h goes to k. So h is also this k. Now let's assume that it's completely up to date. Okay, h is not used anymore, so they use k. I don't even know the glyphs, so they don't use this, they use this. O goes to O, so they stop using this and go to O. Word initial and final w goes to m. They forget this, they use this. D goes to t. They don't use this, they use this. W next to consonants are lost, okay? W goes to v between vowels. Meaning the rest of w, like a w is completely gone by this point. So w is revamped as v. And so we get to Old East, which, thank God, it has a chart. So, yippee-yay. We could actually copy over these. I'm not gonna copy over the numbers. Fuck those. They can be their own. I'm guessing I could actually just decently copy over this entire thing, and absolutely no one would care. So I'm gonna just what the fuck? Ghost. I'm just gonna paste it up. No! The images! The motherfucking images! Okay, so anyway, we don't have a h, so fuck you. They also don't have a d. They don't have a, so boom, boom. 10, really? That's 12. Oh, because I forgot to count in the semi-vowels, which count as consonants, by the way. Voila. Of course, that also doesn't have the pictures, but don't matter, because w is now v. Important. Very important. And that's all we have, right? Yes, that's all we have. And fuck vowel harmony. I mean, it kind of still makes sense, but only partially. So all of these, I call them purple, text white. Purple, purple. Alright, now I just gotta paste in the constants. Also, I'm gonna make these gray backgrounds because we still need to see actual characters. Okay, now let's open Inkscape. I don't think y'all will see that, right? Oh no, why is Inkscape thinking so much? I'm guessing it's this one. Okay, 1 second, I'll manage so that you can see it. Window capture, okay. Get Inkscape. Okay. That doesn't have any personal information in it, right? It very hopefully doesn't. So, here are the glyphs. There's also, I started this, and the logo graphic is gone, I guess. Here are the letters. So, we also need test text, I think. Yes, it's this one. Okay, so like I really can't copy over images. Hold on, let me check. You can't. Okay, well, Well then, that means that we're gonna get all the images we need. So we need r, t, s, m, k. R, t, s, m, k. Okay. So here's r. Copy that. Paste it in here. And there was some very... Oh, I forgot to change it to pixel. Okay. There was some very specific way I did this. I think it was that I increased this to 80 and that 400 and 480, I think. Yes. And then I did export, I think. And I only want the selection, which... Yeah, okay, export. And I'm gonna do that with all other ones. So now we need now we need the, which is this one. And now we go over here, paste it in, and do the same process over again. So 800, and then this one goes to 400, and this one goes to 480. Oh, I said what? Oh no, 80, 400, and 480. That is not the one I copied. Paste it in. Let's do this again. 800. Not 800. Oh my goodness. No. 80. 400. And 480. There we go. I did it. And now we're gonna export it and go to the next one. So we need s, then m, and then k. S, so e, y, and u. And also the U shape. Nice. $80, 400, 480. Export, delete. Next one. 80, 400. I said 400 and 480. And then finally, the last consonant of the day. Well, not really, because we also have the semi-vowels. And export this as well. Okay. Now let's go back to the document. I'm gonna switch screens. And so in here, in Old East, this is where we were. And now I gotta pull up my file explorer. Gotta get the images, which I have no clue which one is which. So, do they load in? Oh, yes, they do. And I completely forgot which glyph is which. So they come in this, that, M-E-Y-U. Okay. So, this then the M shape-ish, then what was it? I, Y, U. Oh, these aren't centered, what the hell? So we import here. Okay, why is it not an option there? And the I shape-ish. Then here goes Y. And then finally the U. Come on, the U shape. So those are the glyphs they use right now. For the consonants, may I mention, for the consonants, which, so they use, hold on, I gotta document it. Come on, why isn't it working? There, they use this one. No, hold on, using Inkscape is hard. This one, these two, and I'm gonna go back right now to I'm gonna go back to Inkscape in a moment. It's just that I have to document which ones which characters I use. Anyway, back here, so we also have V and Y, which is the same as W and Y. So these two. So we have the H-ish shape and the D-ish shape. So let's go back to Inkscape. I'm gonna enable this, and so in here this and this is the two we need exported, so I'm just gonna copy them and quickly transform them so that I can export them as well. So 80 pixels thick, 400 and 480, and gonna quickly export it. Bam, done. And for the D shape, 80, then 400 and 480. Export and done. Now I can go back to here and import them as well. Insert image in cell, and we need this one and the other one as well. So now we got the consonants done. Yippee-yay. Now we need the vowels, which is 5 more characters, which the vowels, everything except O survived. So these are the vowel characters, these 5. So these 3 plus this, which I'm gonna real quick export. So 80, then here we do 400 and 480. So export that. Let's do the next one, which happened to be this one. I'm not really gonna share this one on the screen because it's really just me resizing and exporting the characters, which really isn't that fun to watch. So in the meanwhile, you can stare at my beautiful glyphs. Jesus Christ, sometimes resize doesn't even work properly. Okay, and we got 2 more. Let's go. No, I don't mean I have 2 more. No. Not in that sense, but 2 more left. I know my humor is unmatched. I feel like I'm losing it. I'm losing touch with reality. The fog is coming. It's gonna have problems with resizing now. Oh no, it's not. Let's go. Let me finally resize it for once. Alright, and to switch back. Boom, boom. There we go. So let's insert all the images, and God knows which one is which one. This one. Okay. So the 2 circles, this one, and the I and the Y. So first off is this one. Then we get the one that has feet. Then which is this shape. Then U, which is the this one. Come on, you can do it. And finally the last one, which is this. Hey, let's go. Why did I delete them? Holy sh! Now I have to re-export them. No, I don't want to. Okay. Voila. The writing system has been ported. Now we do Modernist. Modernist is even better because we have nasal assimilation going on, though that can be represented with just M, or we can make up a new glyph. So we got N and Ng, obviously. T, and we have D as an allophone of T, which only occurs preceding W, like 2 U's. Same for G. We have S, V, Y, R. So in total this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consonant glyphs, and well, actually 5 consonant glyphs and 2 semi-vowels, because well, it's not a semi-vowel anymore. Hold on, then I gotta reclassify it. So we're just gonna move you right over here, bud. And really nice. And there's also the same vowels. Lovely. So it quite literally looks the same, except that what? K, T, and M have allophones. And that's about it. That's about it. I mean, alright. I mean, I could definitely do something with the vowels to mark like long vowels, like with some kind of funny marking. Which reminds me, we don't use this, right? So what if they reuse this as like just a circle to mark like long vowels, you know? Also, I'm gonna update this writing section in my what is it, Inkscape file. And there's also these 2 glyphs. Also, that should be right there, and well, I guess then this could be its own row. Okay, so by the way, this is what I'm doing. So this is just what it looks like. This is what the chart looks like. So these are the consonants. You have the vowels and only semi-vowel, which actually, hold on, this should be in reverse. Hold on. This should be here, and this one should be here. So this is Old East. This is the traditional Old East. The numbers can stay actually. And then we need, what is it? We need to do Modern East. So this one, I'm just gonna create a new folder. What? I cannot create like a new group. Hold on. Please let me select. All right, and I think group them. Oh yes, group them into Old East chars, not cigars but chars. And then, well, technically Modern East uses the same, but Modern East is gonna mark long vowels. So it's gonna have these, right? Why can I not move them? Hello? Finally. So here are these. And these guys, move them out and then group them into Modern East. And so Modern East, we're gonna duplicate the vowel line. Oh, come on, let me edit, please. That's interesting. Or inside. Issues with internet again. Oh damn, my internet. I don't know why, sometimes it just goes away. Sometimes it just doesn't like to work for no reason. Anyway, where do I mark the long vowel? Okay, maybe I don't use this one. What can I? Also, I could simplify the glyphs because goddamn, these are complicated. So, for example, this I could simplify it so that I'm gonna make this disappear. And so this one moves in, this one moves in. And also, let's see. So how do I size these down? So, oh, no, not shift, control. That's just me. Okay, how about I take this circle. Alright, so I take this. Can I? Okay, control X. And then control V. No, I don't want it. I don't want it to be off grid. Okay, there we go. And we're gonna. Oh, with height, yeah. Something like 3. Well, I want it to be 4 wide. Wait, what am I doing? I could just move this up. Like, it's not like it looks terrible, right? It's not like it looks outright terrible. Or actually, or what if? I don't know. No, never mind. That's for the vowels. I could something like raise it off by 0.2. M is kind of fine, I guess. E, I mean, I could definitely simplify E down to just a rod. EPA. Y. So I could do this. This one is fine, right? So this, yes. So it doesn't overlap, right? Oh, it does. Now it doesn't. And so there we go. So there we go, space it out. It could simplify into a V-like shape, but I'm not gonna do that. Ooh is fine. And H is fine as well. Okay. And then vowels. Well, this one can lose its leg. So it becomes, it looks like this. And then we just move it down to be at the bottom. E can actually turn into, well, let me see, that could kind of like turn into that cube we had. Also, wouldn't this make like the characters look off now? So what if instead I'm just gonna paste this here. So what if instead I made this 5, 5, move it back to its, oh, it's not 5, oh, because it's 4.8. Okay. Or actually, we could make all the other characters smaller. So we could make M. So you have to contract it so that it's there. And I have to 3.4, is that gonna be it? I mean, oh, these are very floaty. These are very float numbers, but it does seem like that this is gonna be it. So here we have M. Always gonna get its little head back. Can I join these? Can I control J? No? Okay. There we go. No! No! No, Inkscape crashed. Why did it crash? No, that's so bad. Oh, come on. Oh dear. Oh, it nearly killed itself. Oh, EPA, it saved my progress. Oh god, thank god. I'm saving right now. Okay. So, first off, let's space this correctly. There we go, and also set the height correctly. Okay, so what is it? 3.4 and 4. So 3.4 and 4. Thank you. Okay, move it up by 2. There we go. Okay, boom. 3.4 and 4. It's gonna be a bit more generalized, to be honest. 3.4, 4. There we go, so that's one row done. Then we got the circle. This one, which is, okay, so what I'm gonna do is space these off by a bit more. So I'm gonna space them off by 1 extra. So that we can have, you know, space for diacritics. Move this down as well. So what we're gonna do with this one is we're gonna delete that central part. We're gonna move this down to that level, And this guy, what? Why did it create a point there? I don't understand it. That is at, so 0.9 off. Okay, and also no, also move it down by 2. No, 3.44. So I'm gonna do the resizing for all of them. No. Nice. Also simplification. This is fine. This is pretty complicated, so we'll probably simplify to something like an A shape. So this might just as well move over here to create an A shape. So that might create the box-ish design, or actually never mind, because oh no. Okay, no, never mind. Okay, delete that. Hopefully that, no. Okay, it doesn't matter. Oh, because is this one whole thing? Break a path there. So why is it at a floating point? That's supposed to be whole. Oh, by the way, this is off. There. This is good already, I know that. Okay, these guys have to move by 1 more. And this one, it's also going to shorten to the 0.9 difference. It's going to be 121.4. Nice. This is actually becoming typable. Like, I'm pretty sure there are underscores like this. Now, long vowels will probably be the same, so they will be delete. They will be the same, just like different diacritics. So, or I don't know, how can we do long vowels? Maybe you could use that accent mark like that. So we're gonna move above, and we're gonna move this in to the center of it. Also move this here. Oh, what if we make it a dot? Oh, that will make it disappear. So this would be, well, it has a stroke of 0.8 pixels. So it's gonna be a 0.8 by 0.8 square. Need a square. Make it. And so it's gonna be 0.8 by 0.8. So what I'm gonna do is make the like really thin. 0.1 edge. And then can I edit the sides? So 0.6, 0.6, or 0.8, 0.8 actually. But it's 0.1 is the edge, so half of it. So it's 0.7 by 0.7, right? Or I don't know. Hold on, let me check. Oh, its X position is like a, okay, no, 6.0. Oh no, there it is. So somehow I have to make this fit 0.8, 0.8. Oh wait, that is actually it. That actually is it. Can I set it to no outline? Oh, so fill is automatically set. Oh, okay. If I turn off fill. Oh, okay, so it goes inner. The stroke goes in, like to the inner side. Okay. So I could use a dot, maybe above. Oh, this is still touching tips. Oh no. Oh, I can't do that? Can I can I join them? Like to path, maybe? And then I think I could Control X. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, but then they share the So I have to somehow create a dot or some kind of acute mark. Oh, this hasn't been rescaled. I'm gonna do that in a second. So somehow, well, then I'm guessing I can just do this like the one of these accent marks. Not sure what the official name of it is. Something along the lines of that. Oh, maybe like that. That doesn't look too bad. That actually looks decent though. Oh, that does introduce the problem of rounded edges. Oh. Oh, doesn't matter. It already looks like shit. So this is supposed to be like on the center, right? It's supposed to be like somewhere there. Actually, I could just connect it like that. Okay, let's just do the normal one. And then our only semi-vowel. This is 8 lower. That should be at 17.8. So this is Modern East, which finally looks like actual readable garbage, and actually looks like letters. So this is like an O with a macron. I'm pretty sure under macron is a thing, like macron under the character. I'm gonna check that real quick, but I'm pretty sure you can type such thing. Let me check macron under char. Macron below. Yeah. EPA. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Macron below. Let me get Power Toy here. Power Toy is, by the way, an application. You can like set a bunch of things with it. I'm gonna set keyboard manager. Remap a shortcut. I'm gonna say Alt G R and Alt G R U, and remap that to send the. Let me get this. Where's it? I think if I copy this, it will be, yeah, send text. Oh, that's combining or spacing. No, I need a regular good old one. Good old big old red ones. That. So this one, and Power Toys froze again. Great. And if I go here and delete, oh, okay, so delete the entire thing. I'm trying to get an under macron, but I can't. Under macron or macron below. Yeah, I want to copy, voila. And now, if the goddamn application doesn't freeze, yippee, okay. No, wait, I deleted the other one. Add shortcut, okay, so that was Alt 9, and it typed, no, send text, and now I need the above macron, which, oh no, this is an Arabic character, no, this one, seems like it. Okay, so, just to test this, I'm gonna switch tabs. So I type, so this one still works, and technically, yes! Okay, nice. Finally, I got under macrons, on my keyboard at least. Okay, so here are the chars, which now I have to type all of them out into the modern East character list. So I'm gonna grab this from the old East list and search for some empty space. Should be good. I'm gonna, ooh, yeah, all of them disappeared. Doesn't matter, I just have to re-export all of them. Except that there's even more now. Okay, so we're gonna color them blue, and now here comes the tricky part, because now long and short vowels are split up into separate characters instead of just reduplicating the same character. So I can remove these two, I think. Delete them. Unmerge these. Move this guy here. Remove the simple header. Also, oh, you got rid of the center thing. Center thingamabob. Oh wait, no, I moved it incorrectly. Hold on. By the way, here it is. If anyone watching wants to see. Not sure why you would want to see this though, because it's kind of not done yet, but doesn't matter. Format, clear formatting, and then our only semi-vowel, which is also a consonant. So color is blue. It's blue. It's blue. It's blue. All right. Oh no! Don't zoom out. Don't zoom out. And add the center back Wait, tell me these guys are sided. What? Doesn't matter, this looks good either way. Romanization, yes, and I also need a column that is the written form. So the Latin, Latin written, and this is according to what they look like. So this is according to the shapes of the actual glyphs, because I made them, luckily I made them close to look close enough to the actual characters of life. So this is gonna be, this is gonna be a lot, but either way. So this one is an O with a macron. This one I think is an M. Oh, this should be capital though. And small. Big M, small m. Then we got an E shape. Oh wait, no, this one isn't. This one. Well, actually, it should rather be that Turkish, you know, this E. Then we got the Y shape, the U shape, and the H shape. So then we have Y, then the H, right? No, this was the U, and then the H, right? Yeah. Also, this H should be that small IPA type of H. This Y, I think we do have a small Y, like from the IPA yet again. Yep. Small M, pretty sure that Russian has that, but it doesn't seem to show up here. So I'm gonna have to look through quite a few of them. It may not even exist in reality, so you know, I may be just searching for big ass nothing. Oh, it's not gonna be in here, not gonna be here. What also looks like an M on the keyboard? Because they could have put it anywhere, literally. Doesn't seem like they have the actual, like the Russian M, so I'm gonna have to stick with this one. Now the vowels, so vowels, we have a regular O with an under macron, so O with an under macron, then A, which, so that's like a Russian P, which I'm thinking is gonna be in the N category due to its shape, but it's not here. So P, maybe we have pi here, but that's not what I'm searching for. V, U, Why is there no Russian P on the multi-everything keyboard? Where can it be? It would be here, but it's not here. Okay, well then we're gonna use the Russian keyboard to get it. Well, actually, no, small and large, both. And then we got an E and an E with a macron. Do we have small A, by the way? Because in A that looks literally like the capital one, but in small. So what about the small capital A? It does exist. There we go. And the O, which is an E with a macron, so this and this. I could classify them as separate for uppercase and lowercase, which would make copy pasting easier because I can't write some of these characters Latin written. I'm just gonna make it a double column. No. I mean, I can type some of them, but not all of them. So for example, I think so I cannot type this letter nor this. So yeah, EPA, I guess. So this one is the capital, and this one is the small. Okay, then and the small big E, small e. And then for the other characters, these are basically the same, but they have like this thingamabob on them. So this, then I think it should be here as a, no, should be somewhere here. Actually, what am I doing? I can just type a O and then under macron. No, this is the under macron, yeah. Then P, that needs it separately. Oh my goodness, why is it off center? No, don't tell me it's gonna be off center. Aww, that sucks. No, I can't have P with him. Okay, well, I have to deal with this very shitty solution. Oh my god, small p looks even worse. Okay, then this one is just E, and this one. No, come back. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Wrong button. Oh my goodness, these all look terrible. Okay. You know what, fuck it, I'm replacing them. It's gonna be N. It's gonna be a small n. I'm gonna fix these up. It's gonna be an U. So they make it a bit more accessible to Latin alphabet. So it'll be E. This is E, like that. Or actually, I could do that E, this, and then put this on top. And it exists. I mean, it allows it to happen. Well, I'm actually thinking, going back here, this could fuse into a T shape, no? Like this could just fuse into like this T-ish shape. Like this. And then I can go over back here and so replace this. So this is I, yes, but this is gonna be T and small t. And then T with this and small t. Does it exist with that? It does. Let's go. Okay. One more character I solved. What about the big P? Can I really replace it with anything or no? Not really, huh? also, can I switch that off? I mean, technically this is an E, and then this could become just a regular E. I think I'm gonna make this a H. Oh yeah, it's looking much better now. Okay, and finally Latin written here as well. So the J character looks like a capital D, and then I'm gonna make it a small d here. Yippee! We solved the issue with character except for the P. It's starting to look like Greek a little bit. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I see it. I do see how it's starting to look a bit Greek. Now, this is Latin written, so this is when you want to type a text and not the romanization. But you also don't want to use the special character set. Although I could make that a font. Nothing's stopping me from making it a font, but I'm too lazy to port it over to any kind of software to make a font out of it. But for example, I could write down, like, let's go to this example sentence. Like, no, here's the examples. So for example, this here, I'm gonna do this one by one, but long O. So this one is gonna be a T with this. Then S was just a short E. Then long U, which is this character. Then R, which that is this. Then short O, that's a T. M, K, that is yes, and E, which is used as an O and under macron. Motesk, M is this, O was this, then a double T, then E, which is this, and then this E, Motesk, almost C, that's gonna be O, Mo, long S, and then an E. No, this is an E. Mekok, which is this. Then a long E. Then this. What is this? I think that is K. No, K is U. And Keat, that's gonna be this, then a long E, which is long O with under macron, and then a T, that is a small m. So this is what it looks like romanized, and this is what it looks like if they typed it out using the Latin alphabet based on their like actual characters that they use, which I will have to import. But I think I'm gonna actually import these off screen. I don't think I'm gonna do this on stream because that's just, it's a really slow and not so exciting like long and not so exciting time to do. I'll probably make a converter that automatically turns this into the text, so automatically takes the romanization and turns it into the readable text, and also same punctuations. So let's do this one. This one was U, I think. Yes. Then S, G. Now here's the important part. K / G. Now K or G, these are allophones, so the same as T and D, but they're written the same. Also M can be, can I type a new line now? So M can be N, and also N, and I'm gonna set this guy to continue in a new line. There we go. So this is either showing to me or a n, or even a n, and those are the only like allophone stuff. Let's type this out again. So g, that uses the same char as k, followed by a long u, and then a t, o, which I think was this one, and then double t, then r, which is this, then another t, long e, which is this, then long o, that's this, then m, which was this, I think. Yes. Long u, shown with this, then t, o, double s, e, that's an o with an under macron, and that toast, that's gonna be this, then an a. Also, I'm gonna probably replace this with something that looks similar, like the character for pi, except the big one. Wait, is that just, oh no, because that goes like into the, yep. Okay, we'll replace it in now. There we go. There we go. T and o, s, t. And the question. So we can barely see the underline though, so I may have to increase like the overall size of the font so that you can actually see it. God knows. V is this one. Wait, this is not K, hold on, this is K. Dude, I'm schizophrenic or something, I don't know. Then long E, S, K, long U, M, long I, then S again, so that will be this, and the long O, which is this, Y, then an E, S, I, that's this one, no, this is E, M, I, S, N uses the same character as M, but then we have a T following. And long E, Maios, which is gonna be Wait, hold on, I mistyped this. This is regular N only. Ma, I, then O, S, and oiket, O, I, K. E, and then a T, which is this one. This looks like I just generally mistyped Hungarian, like I mistyped Tudom into Tudom. But at the same time, this shit looks cool. I'm gonna send this into the Conlang Discord server. If I find a channel that's actually free. So one dot imperfective, and then so one dot imperfective, you attach a null node, and then the first singular and eat. Accusative, friend commutative, and then first sg dot genitive. Search that imperfective. Non-perfective actually. Non-perfective. You add the habitual and first plural. Road accusative, river superessive, and this one build, and then it's build dot non-perfective, but you attach a null node, then first singular of masculine, animate masculine, we home accusative, that's a third plural of animate and masculine, masculine genitive, and then negative, and integer is first singular, inanimate feminine, and then it's like commutative. No, actually instrumental. Anyway, I think I've been streaming for long enough and I'm getting off track. I'll do some stuff off screen. For anyone who tuned in to watch the live, thank you for watching, honestly.